cooks in the kitchen.
Hello and welcome to the November and December holiday shows for So Many Cooks in the Kitchen. We are a group of Physicians Committee Food for Life instructors. We teach healthy, whole food, plant-based, vegan nutrition and cooking. We've been in the kitchen sharing recipes with you for more than 3.5 years. We decided for November and December, many of us, you and us, are limited on time and you want to get some neat ideas for recipes. So rather than doing a full-blown show, we're actually recording. We're using some of our past recordings from past shows and reprising them. So this is recorded. I recorded this shortly before our first show. And all the other shows you're going to see have been excerpted from our past shows. So while we aren't going to be cooking live in November and December, the good news is we have more shows, short shows, 5 different shows in November and December. We'll be back live for our next show in January. But while we're not live, we are behind the scenes watching your questions come in. So please ask questions and we will respond on social media. Enjoy.
Hi everybody and welcome to Omaha, Nebraska. I am Cody Stubbe. I'm a registered nurse and I'm a Food for Life instructor. And today I'm going to share one of my favorite holiday salads with you guys. This is a kale apple pecan salad, and this is just really fun to whip up, and everybody seems to really enjoy it, no matter if it's kids or adults. They absolutely love the salad, and like I said, it's easy, it's nutritious, and it's really an affordable salad to make as well. So we're going to start off with a bunch of washed kale, and I've ripped it up into bite-sized pieces. You can also chop it up once, which works really nicely. Next, I'm going to go ahead and put in about 1 tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice into this. And I've recently just washed my hands so they're nice and clean, but what I'm going to do is massage this kale for a few seconds here. You can do it for a couple minutes if you want, but what that's going to do is it's going to soften up this kale, and that vitamin C from the citrus juice is going to help with the iron absorption from all this wonderful kale. Kale, of course, is a cruciferous vegetable, and so it's packed full of nutrients. It's a superfood, so it's pretty awesome, pretty powerful, right? And it smells so good. And once you start kind of massaging that kale, you'll see it actually kind of gets a little bit brighter green. It looks really beautiful, so I'll show you that. All right, it smells so good. There's nothing like lemon juice. All right, so I got that. I got lemon juice all over my hands now, but that's okay. All right, so next, I'm just gonna throw in about 2 apples that have been washed and chopped up into bite-sized pieces. And this is a Honeycrisp, and I love leaving the apple peeling on. So if you can get organic, it's great. If not, just make, of course, with every produce, you wanna wash the outside of it. So I'm gonna dump that in here. All right, next, I'm gonna throw in some onion, and this is about 1/2 cup of thinly sliced and kind of chopped up a little bit red onion. And you can take it out if you don't like onion, but let me tell you, it makes this salad delicious. Look at the colors going in there. It's beautiful, right? Okay, so then I'm also gonna add in about 1/2 cup of red cabbage. So of course, red cabbage is another cruciferous vegetable. And it's powerful. It's a cancer-fighting food. I am a nursing instructor currently on the cancer unit at a hospital, and so anything that I can do to help reduce risk of cancer, I'm all for it. So we have about 1 cup of halved pecan halves. So you just take that and chop it up. There's one that looks a little dark. I'm just going to get rid of that one. Okay. Whoop. Last here, I'm gonna throw in just about like a nice handful of washed spinach. I like a variety in my salads, and so this just adds another little difference to it instead of kale. So you don't have to have it, but it works great. So this is a pretty big bowl, as you can see. So I'm gonna try and just kind of mix this up very carefully here so I don't get it all over. But if I do, that's okay. All right. This looks great. All right. Last, I'm going to show you here. First, you can see all these beautiful colors together. Doesn't it look gorgeous? All right. So last, I'm going to show you how to make a really simple dressing that I love in the salad. So this is from, I believe it's Jane Esselstyn. It's her 3-2-1 salad. So basically it's just like whatever type of vinegar, vinaigrette that you'd like to use in this. Normally I use a glass jar for this and pour everything in, put the lid on and shake it up. I could not find a matching jar lid today. So today I'm improvising, right? So I'm just gonna use a nice Tupperware container. And so it's like 3 parts your vinaigrette or vinegar, whatever you choose. I chose a white rice vinegar for this. And then it's 3 parts your vinegar, 2 parts of like Dijon mustard, and then 1 part of maple syrup. So I did 1/4 a cup maple syrup, 1/2 a cup Dijon mustard, and 3/4 a cup of my vinegar. So I'm going to dump it all in here. That just slides right out. Then I got my maple syrup. All right. I like very simple recipes that are tasty and healthy for you. So, all right, so you can see it's all in there. So now you definitely want to make sure you get a really nice tight fitting lid. I always keep my fingers on it, my thumbs on it too, and you shake it up. And this can sometimes be a good chore for one of your kids, as long as they're trustworthy that they're not going to take the lid off. Now it's looking good. All right. So, oh, it smells great. Okay, so I'm just going to pour some of this on here. And it's quite a bit of dressing, so I'm not going to put all of it on there. Some people don't like a lot of dressing. But I'm just gonna put it on and mix it up. And then what I do is I just leave the dressing with a nice spoon in it, and then people can add more to it. But I just like to give it just a little bit of a coated. You can really smell those onions in here and those apples, and just something really great about like apple and onion combination and the mustard. It's just delicious. It just really gets those taste buds all excited. So this is it, you guys. Oh my goodness. My family's gonna absolutely enjoy having this for supper tonight. And I hope that you guys give it a try for your holiday and let me know what you think of it. And see, I got lettuce or not lettuce, but kale and spinach everywhere. So it's a beautiful, beautiful salad. It's got lots of color, lots of different nutrients, a lot of variety in it, and it's packed full of flavor.
Hello everyone, my name is Tammy Robertson and I am a registered nurse, one of the cooks in the kitchen, and president and founder of Cooking on the Veg Health and Wellness, and I'm coming to you from sunny Scottsdale, Arizona with a wonderful, lovely recipe I have to share with you all today. And this recipe is vegan crab cakes. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard right, vegan crab cakes. And we are going to go ahead and get started. This is a very simple recipe, and we have just a few ingredients. So we've got some drained and rinsed chickpeas. You can use your own, or you can use store-bought. If you use them from store-bought in the can, just drain them and rinse them. And then we have some artichoke hearts that have been drained and rinsed. You want to buy the ones that are packed in water, not packed in oil, but you still want to drain them and rinse them. And then I've given these kind of a little rough chop. And this is what the rough chop looks like. So that once this goes into the food processor, you're not going to wind up with big chunks. And then we've got some panko breadcrumbs. And we've also got here some nori, and I'm going to show you what this looks like too. This is nori that I've actually used scissors for to cut up, and I'm going to show you what this nori looks like once we're ready for processing. See, there's these very small little flakes, and the nori comes in sheets. Okay, I find mine in the ethnic section. Comes in sheets that look like this. This is the packaging, and I always try to get organic. You can get toasted or non-toasted, but like I said, the nori comes in sheets. This is actually, you could probably see it better there. It's like a greenish black color, and this actually comes perforated in little sheets here. So what I've done, I've taken an entire nori sheet and I've crumbled it up, and I'm going to show you with one of the perforated edges here how I got those so small. Sometimes if you leave them in the food processor, it won't get small enough. So what I've done is I've just taken one of the slices here and I've just gotten it really small, and then I've taken my scissors and then I just manually just cut little slices off and right into my nori, so that way it's smaller. And then if you want it even smaller still, you can just kind of take your scissors and kind of roughly chop it there. All right, we also have some vegan mayonnaise, tofu vegan mayonnaise, made at home, or you can use store-bought. I prefer homemade. We've got some lemon juice here, fresh lemon juice. We've got some mustard, and then we have our seasonings, which is salt and pepper. Now, alternatively, you can also use different other types of, if you like a real kind of fishy crab cake, you can use dulse granules. These are organic. You can use kelp granules, organic as well. And you can even use Old Bay, which is traditionally used with seafood. So basically, we're going to take everything and we're going to put it in our mixer here. So we'll start off there. And get all these in. Just makes it easier sometimes when you already have some of this processed a little bit. And I love that the sea vegetables are a wonderful source of iodine, which we do need in trace amounts in our diets. All right. And in goes everything. And this is a very simple and easy recipe to make. And it serves as a great appetizer or even as a main dish. It's pretty awesome. And that's about it. Okay, so we're gonna get everything here. We're gonna blitz everything up. Make sure you get all your extra little nori sheets that may have gotten left behind there. Okay, and we're plugged in. I'm gonna get my top here. And we're just gonna pulse this. Now you do want some texture left in this. You don't want it super processed. So you just want some texture, enough to get that flakiness. And then afterwards, you can always use a fork to mash any parts that didn't get processed enough. But I'm just gonna pulse this a little bit. And you'll want to scrape down the sides if it's not processing. Kind of get that stuff on the bottom there. And again, still looking for texture, not completely mashed. So I just just do this just a few times. And then we get to the desired consistency. All right, and that's about it. Easy peasy. And then we're going to dump this out in our bowl. And I'm going to show you what this looks like. And you can see all the yummy seasonings in there, and you can see that the chickpeas have processed. And like I said, if there's anything in there that is too big that didn't wind up getting processed, you definitely want to use the back of your fork, and then you can always mash it. So see, here we've got some texture to it. It's not all mushy. All right. So once we have reached the desired consistency, and you saw those little flakes in there, and it depends if you like a lot of seafood flavor or not necessarily. Or we're going to get started here with our cooking. And then we're going to make some patties. Now this recipe will be about 6 patties. You don't want to make them too big. If you're using them for appetizers, you can definitely make them smaller. And for this recipe, we like crab cakes. So just take it, take your spatula, and make your little crab cake. You could also use a measuring cup. If eyeballing is more challenging for you, you can use a measuring cup and measure it out like that, and then just plop it in. My convection heats up really fast. So I'm going to show you what this looks like when we put these in here. Smaller is better. Always err on the side of smaller is better. Then you can make them bigger if you like them larger. Be sure to use a really good non-stick pan. And if you need to, if you have pans that are not non-stick, if you really need to, you know, we try to avoid using oil, but you can always use a paper towel, put a little bit of oil on that, and then just lightly grease the inside of the container. And I find that works best rather than to take it out and just glug, glug, glug. That tends to put too much oil in there, and that's definitely not what we want. So we're gonna let these brown. And as you can see here, this is just very easy, great size here. You can see all those little flecks of everything, this gorgeous texture, smells delicious, absolutely divine. And through the magic of live TV, I also have a finished product for you. That again, I've used this over salads, I've used this as a main, as an appetizer. I've eaten it on its own. This is just so versatile. Look at these beautiful vegan crab cakes. Look at that. Yummy.
That little aquafaba, isn't that crazy? Now you can't tell me that that does not look like egg whites, right? Stiff peak egg whites. Isn't that amazing? Aquafaba. So if we have anybody out there that doesn't know what aquafaba is, well, you're going to learn everything you have always wanted to know, and we're afraid to ask about aquafaba in the next couple of minutes here. But this is just a wonderful. You know what? I'm going to go backwards here because this smells so good. So this is a 1/4 cup of bean juice. This is a tablespoon of agave syrup and a teaspoon of the vanilla extract, right? I just put that all in there and whip that up, and then we cook it up to stiff peaks. This kind of got stiff peaks, but I'm gonna put it on some pumpkin pie real quick. So here's my wonderful pumpkin pie. Happy holidays to everybody. What? And we're just gonna flip some right on the top of that pumpkin pie. Could have whipped it a little bit more, but you get the idea. So how do you make aquafaba, and what the heck is it? So aquafaba is a viscous liquid. Primarily, people use it from chickpeas. So believe it or not, folks, you just get your can of chickpeas and get a quarter cup. I just made a little bit here. Get a quarter cup, and you want to strain it because sometimes the little husks and everything are in the liquid, and sometimes a chickpea drops in there. So you don't want the chickpea in. You want a clean bowl. You want a clean beater. You want to clean everything. And then we're gonna put my tablespoon of agave syrup. You know, agave is from the agave plant. Half the plant goes to the tequila plant. The other half of the plant goes to make agave syrup. So I love agave syrup. And you can use all different types of sweeteners. You want to use some sugar, maple syrup. I've actually made meringues with these in maple syrup. So I'm going to do a teaspoon of vanilla extract in that, and that's it. Now, aquafaba was invented about 6 years ago. So here's the thing. Check this out. It was invented by a French tenor. Right, this gentleman, he was a cook. He also liked to cook, but he was a French tenor. He sang, and then somebody here in the U.S. picked it up and promoted it a little bit more. A gentleman who's a software engineer in South Bend, Indiana. Those of you that are familiar with South Bend, you know Notre Dame's in South Bend, and then I first heard of it back in 2018 when I was watching the Great American British Baking Show. And they had a whole episode, I think it was 2018, it was episode 7. The whole episode was vegan. And they were talking about aquafaba. And they made these beautiful meringue, Italian meringue cake. So it was just pretty amazing. But, it whips up just really lovely. And if you don't believe me, I'm gonna whip this up a little bit. And watch how fast this froths up. You can already see it. You can already see it frothing, right? Now this takes about 10 minutes to get nice stiff peaks. So it could sit there, and I actually left mine. I was playing with this a little bit yesterday. And I left it up a half hour, and it just it'll deflate a little bit. So you just kind of whip it up, and it takes about 10 minutes altogether just to whip it. And you can see just those wonderful, wonderful peaks. So check out aquafaba. There's actually a couple of Facebook pages that I found. One of them is called, this is such a funny one, Aquafaba Vegan Meringue Hits and Misses is one Facebook page. The other one is What Fat Vegans Eat, F.A.T. Vegans Eat. And there's also an aquafaba.com website. So if you want to know more about aquafaba, put it on those wonderful desserts that John made, that the wonderful pies that Susanna made. I've got my little pumpkin pie here with Santa Claus, and I'm going to taste my whipped cream. Again, play with this, have fun with it, enjoy vegan, because, we become vegan for our health, but we stay because of all this wonderful food. Check me out at let'seatgreat.com. Happy holidays to everybody.
So many cooks in the kitchen, so many recipes to share. So many cooks in the kitchen with meals for you to to prepare. We've got fruits and grains, veggies and beans, more healthy food than you've ever seen. So many cooks in the kitchen, plant-based meals to prepare. So many cooks in the kitchen, with ideas we're happy to share.